Okay, so boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part two of day eight. Let's start in our signature style. Let's do it, boys. So now let me minimize myself and maximize the content. Or you're happy with this way? Okay, let's see. Let's. Okay, just a sec. I think otherwise you'll not be able to see the content. Okay, I can see. Yes, the content is absolutely clear. Okay. So now in part two we'll start with firstly seeing what's the impact of visual aids we use in our presentation. So visuals can be a very powerful tool to enhance your presentation, but they need to be used thoughtfully. Anything, I mean, it cannot be overused. Anything, whether it is visual, media, data, anything, right? So the key to using visual is to support your message and not to distract. I mean, the visual itself should not be so prominent or so distracting that audience leaves your core message and no pays attention to the visual. There are many types of visual we can use. It could be charts, it could be images, diagrams, props, right? So choose whatever best illustrates your message. So regardless of the type of visual aids or visuals you're going to use, now make sure your visual are of high quality or good quality and easy for the audience to see and understand. A poor quality of visuals, on the other hand, can actually undermine, firstly, the quality of your message or the credibility of message, and also if it is often of poor quality, it may undermine your reputation as well. So please pay close attention to the visual elements you choose to include. Right now, let's have a look that how transitions can also help enhance the impact or enhance the clarity of your message. So the first transition technique is signpost. In this, what we do, we use phrases like next, let's explore, let's move ahead to signal a shift in the topic which you're going to present, right? So this helps the audience to follow the flow of your presentation. The second technique is called the bridge, which in a way connects the ideas or statements which you have shared before and you're going to share ahead, right? So it shows the relationship between your previous point and the point which is going to follow, right? So it technically, no, and quite literally acts as a bridge between the different portion of your message. And the third technique is question. So you pose a question. For example, what does this means for? What does this stands for? So this engages the audience and leads them to think through the next portion of your present or the next message of your presentation, right? So overall, these three transition techniques, signpost, bridge, and question, can help create seamless and coherent flow of know your thoughts during the presentation. Okay. Now, another very important element of any presentation is storytelling, right? We have seen it during our previous days also, how important it is. And in fact, most of the good leaders are storytellers, right? So, I know in this, how do you start narrating a creative story or an engaging story? Is that you set the scene, put a vivid picture, or any image, any data, which in a way generates the curiosity amongst your audience for that particular story, right? Just imagine any good movie from Bollywood, or in fact every movie from Bollywood or any other wood for that matter, Hollywood, Tollywood, Lollywood. No, every movie is follow the storytelling pattern that it will create the scene or the context, right? Then it will build the tension in the second part, so create suspense or conflict to keep the audience eager or engaged to know that what happens next, right? And then finally you provide a solution to that particular tension or the problem statement which you have created in your story. So resolve and then help the audience to relate to that problem and the resolution. So tie the story back to your main point to make a clear impactful connection. As a speaker, focus on bringing these storytelling techniques to life through your own live your own unique delivery style, use expressive language and gestures to immerse the audience in the narrative. I mean, storytelling is a great art to have, and it helps you more once you move up the hierarchy in your profession, right? So people are not always looking for data from you, but they're looking for experiences, the stories that can inspire them. Okay, so practice this skill. Okay, moving ahead, let's have a look at that how analogies and anecdotes, छोटे जो कुछ किस्से होते हैं, incidents होती हैं, छोटी कहानियां होती हैं जो आपके साथ हुई हो या आपको पता है. So how you can use an metaphors, जो हम तुलनात्मक कहते हैं. So how these analogies and metaphors are powerful tools to simplify the complex ideas and make them more accessible for your audience. So by comparing unfamiliar ones, you can paint vivid mental pictures that help your audience understand and remember your key points. Now, for example, describing an atom as a tiny solar system helps visualize its structure and scale. Similarly, saying someone's voice was like a thunder in the quiet room, right? जो हम होती है ना तुलनात्मक प्रशंसा करते हैं, that he, I know, even आपकी गली में कोई आपकी सोसाइटी में क्रिकेट खेल रहा है, and if he takes a good shot, he say, oh, he's as good as Virat, right? So we compare that, we bring that similarity comparison, and that's create engagement in the audience. So any memorable analogies, like life is a box of chocolates, and stick with people. Any such example like all is well, right? Um, Keep working hard. So these are some of the things. Just do it. Um, just cross the bridge. So these are some of the examples which will reinforce your message with any set of audience, especially the audience which are there to listen to you. So use these rhetorical devices judiciously and enhance your presentation and make your idea resonate with your audience, right? So these are the powers of analogies, metaphors, anecdotes. And now let's move ahead to see the power of pauses. We have spoken often on this during our previous few days. So it's all about how tactically you use them. Okay, during your presentation, during your story, so that you create suspense. Then you create a pause, and then let the audience ask for more. So the first key point is that pausing after an important statement allows it to really sink in with your audience. It gives them a moment of to reflect on what you have just said. Next, pausing after revealing something important can build anticipation and keep the audience engaged, hanging on to every word of yours. And finally, allowing these moments of reflection throughout your presentation, especially for more complex ideas, prevents you from rushing through important points. So it gives the audience to time to process the information, to assimilate, right? To think through. And that's what creates the impact of your message. And more importantly, the impact of you as a speaker. Okay, that gets enhanced when you understand the beauty of these pauses. So overall, these pauses are a powerful tool to emphasize your key messages, build suspense, ensure your audience fully understands the content. Let's move ahead and let's see that how we can handle the questions effectively. You'll see that many elements are coming off, and I mean that's good. A repetition is good, even if it is repeated. I know it's good that it sinks in, it sets into our memory, into our muscles memory, and it comes automatically to us when we are delivering the speech. So how we can engage during question sessions is to engage your audience by listening carefully to each question, by showing genuine interest, respect for the person asking. That's non-negotiable. Respect for your audience is non-negotiable, boys and girls. No, and don't judge anyone by the nature and the quality or length of the question. Every for you, he is your well-wisher. He is there. He is very important for you, and anything he or she asks, you got to accept it and try to answer it with best of your intent. If needed, rephrase the question for clarity, right, so that you have understood it fully. This also demonstrates your keenness to answer it properly, and that you are involved with the person who has asked that question. When answering, keep your responses clear and concise. Avoid lengthy explanation because you don't have time, and moreover, let's keep it short because it's not a theoretical explanation class, right? Stick to the core of what the person is asking. This will help you provide direct or valuable answer that addresses the audience specific question and concern. Let's move ahead and see that how we can adapt to the different nature of the audience or different quality demographics of the audience. Okay, which is a very important quality as a speaker. So, and this will come once we do our audience research. And that's the key to understanding our audience. So, understand their background, their interest, demography, cultural context, their expectation, right? Gender, the age range of the audience. This will all come under the demography, right? Education levels. Stay tuned to audience reaction during the presentation. That's like in moment kind of reaction you have to pick up from the body language of your audience, right? Be ready to adjust your approach if you sense no confusion, disengagement, disinterest. No, change your style, okay? And be real-time agile speaker. So prepare a variety of examples that can resonate with different types of audiences. Be flexible. Don't have a stone cast script or stone crafted casted methodology, right? Be agile, be ready to change in line with the audience expectation. Okay, moving ahead, let's have a look at the importance of body language. This is now also one of the most important aspects. We saw that more than the words is how your body voluntarily and involuntarily performs during that particular presentation will audience measure your confidence level and how the audience engages or accepts you. So establish strong eye contact, stand firm, be open. We have discussed it, that shoulders back, open arm, don't put hands in the pocket, be go as close possible to the audience if it permits, right? The stage and size permits. This builds trust and keep them engaged. Use natural hand gestures and emphasize key points by the modulation of your voice. Avoid excessive or distracting movements. Let your facial expression match the tone of your message, the essence of the message. I mean, as natural as we can look through our action gestures, the better it is. Smile to build rapport and don't look too serious, right? And but when the topic demands it, you can be neutral, and to emphasize the importance of a topic, you can change your facial expressions. So remember, your body language can have big impact on how your audience receive your message and also perceive you as a speaker. Use it intentionally, properly, to connect with your audience. Okay, now let's move ahead. So how to master the vocal variety. It will come with lots of practice. So vocal variety is key to engaging your audience and conveying your message effectively. Let's start with the pace. Varying your speaking speed can also create emphasis, excitement. Slow down to highlight certain important aspects, the thing which you want your audience to pay attention to, and speed up to build momentum, right, within your limited time and space. Pitch, another powerful tool, modulating it from high to low of your voice can help express different emotions and keep your audience attentions drawn to you. Finally, volume, speaking louder or softer can have a big impact. So a whisper can be just as powerful as a shout in the right context. Okay, so use it according to the context, size of the room, the nature of the audience, your familiarity with the audience. Remember that it's all about using these vocal techniques intentionally, purposefully, through practice, through rehearsals, to connect with your audience and bring your presentation to life. Okay, now let's move on to the last slide of part two, that is handling nervousness, anxiety. There are various breathing techniques like take a deep breath or breaths before starting. We have seen the various forms, whether it is box breathing, whether it is 4-7-8 breathing, whether it is diaphragm breathing, whether it is belly breathing. right? So slow, controlled breathing will help you calm your nerves and steady your voice. Visualization is another technique by which you reinforce your success in your mind first. It will help you to calm down, and finally, it will ensure your success when you're going to deliver your presentation, right? So, visualize your success, your confidence. Positive visualization can boost your self assurance. Now, emphasize that being thoroughly prepared is a key to feeling. I mean, that's the basic, that's the root of confidence. Unless you have prepared, rehearsed, I know that confidence will not come. So do that enough so that the content, you know every slide, know every prop, and that will bring loads of confidence to you. So knowing the material inside out will allow you to speak with authority, confidence, right? Remind the audience that nervousness is normal, and these techniques can help manage it effectively. Everyone feels nervous, everybody feels nervous, right? So that's very, very natural, and it's all the more, I know, it reflects that you're human, right? You're not a robot. So it's perfectly normal to feel nervous. So with this, I've come to the end of part two. Now, just let me, it's time for me to be maximized and the slide to go in the background. Okay. So, boys and girls, with this, we have come to end of part two, right? I hope you could make some sense of it. So I'll give you a pause, and again we'll emphasize that this is a very, very important life skill to have. Whether you're a student, young professional, middle level professional, senior professional, whatever stage of life you are, homemaker, parent, leader, whatever you are in whichever stage of life, this art of public speaking, especially in English, is very, very important. And we have to make conscious effort to become better at it, which I'm sure you will do, right? And I'm extremely confident that you can surely do it. So with this, we'll sign off in our signature style. So let's do it, boys. Oh, I'll see you in part three. Till such time, take good care of yourself. Thank you so much. God bless you. You guys rock.